I was just informed by somebody in my comment section that their cousin last night was swatted and ended up being at a police station for 2 hours and really having a hard time with it. Let me tell you something, guys. It doesn't matter what side of the fence you're on, whether you like the game or you don't like the game. And sure, it goes without saying, anybody can say anything on the internet. You can't tell what's true and what's not just by looking at text. But I think it's a good idea to take this kind of stuff seriously. Everyone's in denial. Even the mods over on Reddit are saying it's an imaginary war and that people like myself are making things up. And in the very next breath, they're talking about how they got death threats and shit. So which one is it? It doesn't even matter at this point. If you see somebody acting this way, don't encourage it and get the hell away from them. You might have seen a string of videos I put up recently and said to yourself, wow, this guy's really milking it. He's milking Saints Row for all it's worth. When the reality is, I'm just trying to encourage you guys to demand them to denounce bullying, targeted harassment, swatting, doxing. I'm going to say this one last time. This developer set the tone a long time ago. Critique this game negatively and you're a hater, and we're not backing down. That's the energy they put out there. Also calling people that have negative opinions on the game detractors. So it shouldn't shock you when fans are acting in the same manner. It shouldn't shock you when people are treating each other like they're enemies. Whether the game is good, bad, doesn't matter at this point. All that matters is getting this situation under control, or at least trying to. And up until this point, Volition has washed their hands of all of it. I tried reaching out to Deep Silver, but to be honest with you, they're not much better. The narrative has always been, gamers are toxic, they're animals, they're savages, they just don't know how to act. And I've been trying to tell you for years, some of these developers are just as bad. And so if you see this video, fuck my opinion on the game. It shouldn't matter. Don't hold that against me. We should all be on the same page here. Getting doxed, swatted, harassed, shit ain't fun. Don't wait until it happens to you before wanting to do something about it. This shit's seeping into every crevice. The moderators end up being a tool of these developers' toxicity. Their ego is getting in the way of doing the right thing. Sure, we're all adults. We all should be responsible for the things we do. We can't blame every single thing a person does, but make no mistake, they have a part to play in this shit. However, based on what I have been seeing, it seems like there are a lot of kids engaging in this stuff. And even though you can try to defend it by saying it's an M-rated game and they don't belong here in the first place, it doesn't change that fact. The truth is, most of us wouldn't even consider making a death threat over a video game. Ask yourself, is that something you would do? But unfortunately, this tiny fraction in our community ends up getting magnified, and they try to make it sound like a lot of us partake in this behavior. And that just isn't true. And so when you see people engaging with stuff like that, you need to distance yourself from them, because usually they're doing it for attention, for a reaction, and as long as they're not getting one, it's going to discourage them from doing it in the future. But back to Volition, their silence, their denial, it speaks volumes.